What is up, YouTube? So it has been the weekend. I just came back from a doctor's appointment. I've got a little bit of like a sinus infection or something. Haven't been sleeping too well. So please bear with me if you can hear me. So I was gonna go through, I got some more small pieces for this Mercedes, and I'm gonna go through what's been going on the last couple days, and also some stuff I got. So first off, well, I'll walk around the car first before I get into new parts, because I traced out the wiring that goes into the cab, whatever you want to call it, the interior, just to find out where the methanol controller and the boost controller all gets wired through, and it was all on the same wire. The daytime running lights, the methanol injection, the boost controller, everything was on the same wiring, which is obviously not great for redundancy. So I have a new relay system that's coming in, and I will wire things up separately so that way we don't have any crazy current draws and things go out when they're not supposed to. So here's how the car sits right now. Everything is still kind of taken apart on the front. I ended up fixing, this was all bent. I ended up fixing the oil cooler mount, and I painted the brackets. There's a bunch of like small missing bolts everywhere, so I went through all that. I just got a new wrench so I can see if I can tighten down those turbo return lines and see if that mitigates some of my issues. I got some more NPT push connectors for the methanol system, because I noticed the current ones are a little finicky and are prone to leak. So I'm gonna go back through them and see if I can get that so they don't leak anymore. Sorry, please bear with me. I got new vacuum lines, and I actually seated everything so the vacuum lines aren't just flopping around in the wind. I got T-bolt high torque connectors. I reloomed everything down here for the methanol duty cycle stuff, and I haven't connected all that yet. I got to figure out a mount system for the boost solenoid. What else? And then I just went through the entire underneath just to see what else I can do to fix stuff up. Sorry. I got new headlights. One of the headlights were out. You could see in the bulb itself, it was like white. I think actually I have it right here. You can see that's usually a telltale sign that HID has failed. So I got new bulbs. Watch this not fix it. And then I also got this diagnostic programmer, the iCarSoft MP2, and I'll probably do like an entire separate video on this thing, but it's supposed to be a nice, reasonable workaround versus the Mercedes Star diagnostic system. Bunch of new bolts, bunch of new brackets, bunch of stuff to replace things that are missing. But let's oh yeah, what else? I got the vacuum pump out for the vacuum system. This motor, like I said, sounds chunky, so I'm gonna replace it with this new vacuum pump, and hopefully that'll fix that. I will put that together at some point. But I went to the junkyard and I grabbed 2 more of these for a very reasonable price. So most likely what's going to happen is I'm going to fix that one and then just have it sit on a shelf or in my toolbox or something in case something else breaks. But it all looks good inside of it, so I'm the one that I picked up from the junkyard actually works fine, thank God, so I won't really worry about it that much. All right, let's walk through some stuff. So I have decided to swap out the transmission filter and fluid. I'm not doing a full flush. The mileage on the vehicle is pretty low, so I'm not doing a full flush. It only has 78,000 miles, but I am gonna change out some of the older fluid and put on some new fluid. Sorry, I'm putting some gloves on. And so I pulled the pan off. Honestly, the fluid doesn't look that bad. It still has a red hue to it, which is a good sign. Sometimes old fluid, you'll pop a pan off and then you'll just see like black or brown, and that is not the color you really want to see with a red fluid. So like I said, it doesn't look that bad. I've got to measure how much fluid has come out to return to the same amount. And yeah, so let's do a little finger test. Yeah, so there's it's got a little bit of a brown hue, but you can still see red in it, and that's in all of my years of working on junker cars, that's really how I just test stuff. So I'm gonna change out this filter and fluid, and then refill it and see how everything goes. I'm almost ready to start putting stuff back together. I might have an oil leak somewhere. I'm hoping I did get to tighten the AN drain lines a little bit, so maybe that will fix my leak issue, hopefully. But we'll put this pan back together real quick and then see what we can do. So I pulled about a gallon of ATF out from the transmission. So I'm gonna put another gallon back in, but the drain plug from the factory is it looks like crap. So I've got another drain plug on the way. In the meantime, I'm gonna install these headlights, bulbs, the low beams. The driver's side low beam was not working, so I went with the Osram Cool Blue Intense 6Ks, 6200, whatever. And it says these are really good. Freaking hope so, because they were expensive. I got nice lights on my truck, and I really do like them. So these were $120 for freaking bulbs. So I hope the ballast isn't bad, but it looks like the bulb is bad. So I'm gonna throw these in real quick and see how they look. This is probably done like 1,000 times over on YouTube, but I'll add it to this video because it's quick. For pulling out these lights, all you do is you unscrew this little ballast end. It'll tell you what kind of lights you need, D2S/D2R. It literally says open or close. You pull that, you pull this just counterclockwise. The light pretty much just falls out. To put a new one in, you line up the pins, put it on, screw it, and then you're good to go. And then reinstall this, and then we'll try it back again in the vehicle. Good news, I decided to pull the turn the key on and everything, and then it started to work. So that's nice. Let's turn the, I don't want to just leave it on for a very long period of time, but let's see how much more bright they are, if it's worth. They look the damn same. That's funny. Well, I already bought them. I'm not returning them. Alright, so I had some spare time and I found a headlight restoration kit. So these are how they look now. They're still sealing or whatever with the compound on it, but they look quite a bit better than they did before. I'm about to work on the front bumper and see if I can get these janky daytime running lights to look decent, because I actually kind of like how they look. So we're gonna make some brackets and see if we can get this to look like something a little closer to factory than what we got going on right now. So, all right. Good morning. Sorry, my hair's a little messed up. Oh, I got freaking grease on my... I got a bunch of grease on my lens. That's what happens when you work so hard. Sometimes you get a little grease on your GoPro lens. Now I got this shit all over my shirt. I'm an idiot. All right, so I have decided. So this is the passenger side with these custom Mercedes freaking headlights, all zip tied and rigged. I did a poll on Facebook and Instagram, and the people have spoken. Get rid of that ugly shit. We're getting rid of these corner lights. Kind of sucks because I spent quite a bit of time wiring them up, but I think just the factory with no just grill inserts will look better. So we're gonna pop. We're gonna get those in pretty soon. I'm gonna pop these old brackets out, or these old clips, and then that way when I can put the bumper back on, I don't have to wait for nothing. But that, I'm gonna go pick up some new headlights from the junkyard. Unfortunately, it's 70 miles away. But these headlights have missing bolts, or missing, yeah, just missing brackets. And then I also cleaned the headlights, and they look way better. But what I'm gonna do is actually cut off the old headlight, yeah, look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that motion. That's terrible. So I'm gonna cut off the old ones and then weld them onto these, because both sides are broke like that, and we don't like broke stuff in this house. So I will update y'all in a little bit. Well, little status update. It's been a couple days since I've checked in. This is like week 2 of owning this thing. I successfully drove it around the neighborhood and then decided to wait for some more parts. I knew the turbo drains were leaking a little bit, but I noticed there was, after getting underneath it and cleaning up a lot of the bottom, I noticed there was a lot of fluid above where the turbo drains are. So I decided to pull off the valve cover gaskets to replace. I'm just waiting on new valve cover gaskets to come in. I can show you the valve cover gaskets that were on it, and you can see how chewed up they are. So those definitely were leaking, as you can see there. So I've just decided I don't like oil leaks. I don't like my driveway looking like shit. So I'm just gonna wait to do that. That being said, now that I have these valve covers off, I might paint them some sort of like wrinkle black or something. I think that'll look a little bit better than the oxidized metal. Maybe give it a little more flair underneath the hood with the air to waters and stuff like that. If you guys are interested, I'll make a video showing the other side. It's actually super simple to take off the valve cover gaskets for these things. There's almost nothing in the way other than the air to water intercooler. I haven't even disconnected it. You can like fully pull that out the way, but I just have decided to put a 2x4 underneath it, and that moves that out the way enough. And then I just separated the coil packs underneath, so I had a little more space, and I just kind of moved them back. Coil packs are a big issue on this car. A lot of people say that when they go bad, it's probably one of the worst. They say the engines are usually really reliable, but they say the coil packs are a cause of concern, because it's one coil pack for 12 cylinders, which is crazy. So luckily ignition's working fine. I literally had the scanner up to it yesterday, and there was no codes or anything. I straightened out the bumper support. I ended up taking from some previous model headlights. I ended up taking the the braces off of some of the old ones, and I just plastic welded them onto these headlights. These headlights cost about $700 a piece. These little clips cost me about $0. So I decided, instead of replacing the entire back cover for these headlights, I'm just gonna plastic weld this, and maybe I don't mind how it looks. It's it's auxiliary stuff. Everything's all nice and mounted. Everything's doing pretty good. This windshield wiper nozzle kind of leaks a little bit, so I will have to be careful with that since it's off the same methanol system. But freaking everything works on this car, which is crazy. Since I put a new vacuum pump in the back, I tried all the air system stuff. So like the soft closed doors. Let's go. The alarm's going off. There it goes. It's because I had the alarm going off because I haven't unlocked the car yet. You can hear the pump going in the back. Okay, there it seals. I also got the all the lumbar for the seats, and the massagers even work for the seats, which is pretty crazy. I got the boost controller set up, so we will make some jam when things are back to 100%. And what else? I think that's it for now. So I have decided to pull the valve covers off. I got this one off already. The plugs look good on that side, but the plugs look kind of junky on this side, so I'm gonna replace all the plugs. You can see that Garrett turbo in there. I'll replace all the plugs, and then I decided to paint the valve cover gasket. But unfortunately, this will be my last video for a little bit because I am waiting. Here's what the plug looked like. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on, focus. Looks a little gunky. But I am waiting on parts, so I will upload this video. Probably redo all of these vacuum lines, to be honest, because they look like crap. Yeah, so valve cover gaskets are leaking pretty good. Just to pull everything off, there still might be a leak somewhere. I'm really hoping it's not under the intake manifold. That is a freaking pain and a half. I haven't even like flushed any fluids out or anything yet, but I will update y'all on the next video. The ballad, the triads of modified vehicles, a bunch of open connector stuff, just craziness. But tune in next week, we'll try it again.